will be some give and take. That human relationship with God is the uniqueness of this Indian culture. And very interestingly, we have a philosophical freedom. My father will be worshipping Shiva, I will be worshipping Rama, my son will be worshipping Krishna, and we still stay under one roof, no problems. I had recently completed my MS in conflict management, and I had a project. What I did was, I tried to find out the families who are living together without marriage, but the children in that roof should be having 3 parental groups. So one husband and, not husband and wife because they never married. So one couple with 2 children but never married. Then they left, and then the lady went away. Those 2 children were part of it. He was staying with another lady who had previous relationship, so she had. So there were 5 children with 3 parental groups. And we wanted to find out that what really makes, who makes the decisions, and how the conflict can be avoided in this such scenario in family. And believe it or not, we had studied some 15 families who are staying together but not married. And we asked certain questions regarding the spiritual decisions for the children, the religious decision for the children, educational decisions for the children. And most of the people said that we cannot take this decision for the children because every parent should be involved in it. And that really is a very interesting thing, that freedom which India enjoys. In one home you have 100 gods, you can pray anybody you want. You don't want to pray, you are still part of this philosophy, which doesn't happen in such scenarios. And our results are very interesting. So, and that freedom of philosophy or freedom of thought gave us such an imagination. So you will find that we have different gods with so many clothing and so many faces and all those things, and there are so many bhajans and verses, and the relationship with human God is so nice that we have beautiful bhajan, Tumaki Chalata Ramachandra. You know, this is the bhajan regarding the Rama, where the Rama is a small baby of 1 year old, and when it walks, it makes beautiful noise of these gungrus or these musical instruments which are there. And now these songs, hundreds and thousands of songs which expresses this relationship of God and a human being, and the God becomes a makanchor, he steals butter from this, and all sorts of stories are there. But they really, that's unrestricted imagination of manifestation of God and goddesses is unparalleled as far as Indian culture is concerned. And then what we really have given to the world is the interrelationship between the creation of the God. The Indian philosophy believed that the creation can be divided into 4 different parts. One is Vyashti, which is an individual. Second is Samashti. Third is Srushti. And fourth is Parmeshti. And in order to express this relationship, do you have a pen? So this relationship was such that they were interdependent. So this was your individual. This individual was related with the samashti, that is society, or this society was related with the srushti, which is environment of nature, and this srushti is related with the parmeshti, which is God. And this is the interrelationship with each other on 4 different levels. Nobody can be separated from each other. You cannot separate a human being from the nature, you cannot separate a society from the human being, you cannot separate a nature from the God, and cannot separate the God from the individual. So we always believe that each and every creation of God has a spirit, which is called as soul or Atman or whatever might be, and it is connected with the Parmeshti, and this path goes through this interconnected concentric circle. So that was the thing. So human beings are always a part of the creation. They don't own the creation, but they owe to the creation. That was the philosophy. And secondly, the Indian culture always thought of human being into 4 different levels. One is the physical level, body level. Second was the mental level. And that's why the Ayurveda had developed a very interesting area which is known as Manasa Ayurveda, where the mind is one of the most important aspects. Unless until mind is taken care of, your medicine doesn't work. And that now the modern medicine is also, or allopathic medicine also learning that. There is the intellectual aspect and there is the spiritual aspect. Unless until all these 4 aspects are approached properly, this is the holistic approach to the human life or human way, human thing. Then there is another very interesting thing which is very distinct for Indian culture is that we have shown to the world a novel or noble way or a way to propagate the noble thoughts and the culture, and without spending or without a drop of blood, without a violence. And if you look at the ancient traditions of the world, the relationship of the Mayas and Incas and all those people, you look at the eastern countries. I have here a sunrise at the Angkor Wat in Cambodia. All the eastern countries, if you go to Thailand, very interesting, the Thailand King's Palace has a beautiful depiction of Ramayana. But if you see, like when I went to Thailand, I saw the Ramayana and I was really looking at it. None of these Ramayana, because Rama was from Ayodhya, which is the northern part of India, where Rama is supposed to be a tall, with a straight nose and looking good, blue colored, that's how description was. But the Ramayana which was depicted on the Thai palace, the Rama was looking like a person like Thai guy. The Sita was looking like a Thai girl. Hanumana was looking very different. So the Ramayana was given to Thailand, but it was not imposed that Rama should look like a Ayodhya guy or guy from UP. It was all, so the whole Southeast Asia, you will find the Indian culture there, but it was never imposed there. It was propagated and the noble thoughts were given there, but they never imposed, and there was no bloodshed in this thing. And it's interesting that from ancient times to the present day, we have an uninterrupted flow of a culture. Even for the world, it is a real challenge to understand that for so many thousand years, how this is happening. And very interesting observation, there is a journalist, his name is Jonah Blank. And this Jonah Blank is a Jewish journalist working for New York Times. He was posted in Hong Kong in 1989. And at that time, there was a agitation was going on Ayodhya Ram Janmabhoomi. So this Jonah Blank went to India in search of Rama. And he said that what is this Rama, two word, who is considered to be a mythological thing from the Western point of view, and why so much of turmoil is happening in India. So he went in tracing the path of Rama. And the book's name was Arrow of a Blue Skinned God. Very beautiful book. And he said that if in the world one personality which influences billion people, if you want to know that personality, his name is Rama. Without any blinking your eyes, you pick up any dictionary directory in India of any town or village or city, half of the names start with Rama or remaining half end with Rama. So either they will be Rama or Krishna or Shiva, and that's it. And and then he started searching, and it was very interesting observations he did, and it's worth reading book. But that really says the uninterrupted cultural flow which has been going on for thousands of years in India, and that is a very uniqueness. And there are thousands and thousands of saints, sages who have been propagating this great philosophy. Another thing which we give is the relationship with nature. And this is a unique concept which most of the ancient traditions, I don't say that it is only Indian tradition, but most of the ancient traditions around the world have been very close to the nature. They were worshipping the nature, and they were integral part of a creation which they thought owns but not owns it. Secondly, there is a very strong respect for extended families. Even today, I organize a conference under ICCS every year with an organization called Save the Family Institute, which works in the inner city African community. And then the person who is director of that, he always says that Hindu community should teach us in America how to keep the family together, because this family is a unique concept that keeps this Indian culture growing, and respect for the elders is a unique thing which has been practiced by us. There is another very interesting thing, concept and goal of human soul. Again, I will share a very interesting traditional similarity. In Zulu tradition, which is a South Africa, now it is a South African tradition.